welcome to a new year, guys. 2016 is here. Wow. 2015 went by so fast. There were a ton of movies. I still need to see more in order to make a top 10 list. Don't worry, guys. I will be doing that. I promise. But this is the first very special video of this year that I am making, and it is for the most anticipated movies of 2016. And in this instance, I looked at all the movies that are coming out in 2016. And I picked the select movies that definitely excite me for many different reasons. And so far, I have picked 22. Now, before I talk about these 22 films, please keep in mind a few things. One, I have not seen The Hateful Eight or The Revenant. So for me, these are going to be 2016 movie reviews. Hopefully, I will talk about The Revenant first. I will probably see the Hateful Eight later on, but these are definitely going to be in this list. And these are movies that, as of right now, I know are coming out in 2016. I know that there are a ton of movies in the spectrum that probably will come out this year. They just haven't announced it yet, and they probably will throughout the year. As of January 2nd, 2016, these are the movies that I know I'm excited for that are coming out this year. Guys, I just want to get that through so that if any of you guys are wondering, hey, where's that movie? Because I know you'd probably be excited for that one when I probably review it later on. That's because I probably didn't know about it at this day. Coming in at number 1 and simultaneously number 2 is The Hateful Eight and The Revenant. And these two movies I just talked about, they're going to be for 2016 reviews because I didn't see them in 2015, although a lot of people did and they included them in their top 10 of 2015 list. These two films are going to be for 2016 for me. But I'm interested in The Hateful Eight because it's a Tarantino movie and he's just fantastic, even though I still haven't seen a couple of his movies. And then, of course, The Revenant. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy. I mean, that's fantastic. And Leo needs to win the Oscar. He's been nominated 5 times. He's probably the highest Oscar-snubbed actor in history. He needs to win this Oscar. From what I hear, he probably will win. Now, this film, you guys are going to be thinking, why are you putting this on your list? It looks so dumb. It's going to be Ride Along 2. And to be perfectly honest, I enjoyed the first movie. Like, there are a lot of people I know who don't like the first movie, and that's fine because I think it's dumb and stupid. I found a lot of enjoyment in it. There are a few movies that don't get the best ratings that I watch, and I still enjoy. I enjoy the first Ride Along. It's a fun, enjoyable buddy cop movie. Is it a great movie? Oh, God, no. But this movie, for me, just looks like it's a movie that I just have to see. Because it's got Kevin Hart, and I love the guy. He's just a miniature toy, but he is hilarious for me. So for number 4, this is going to be a very skeptical choice because I'm not really sure what to think about this movie yet. And that is 13 Hours. This movie is directed by Michael Bay, whose track record is not really that good. The only good movies he's ever made are The Rock. The Rock is actually really good, though. Let's see, what other good movies has he made? Well, I'll probably say I like the first Transformers. That's probably really it. I'm very skeptic, but I'm going to see it because it actually looks really good, and it's based off a true story, so it seems interesting. And yes, there's probably going to be a lot of explosions, but we're not going to have the dumb, racist humor that we have in other movies like Transformers and Bad Boys 2. I think we're going to get a very gritty, realistic movie, and I think this may be the movie that could be Michael Bay's comeback. We don't know if he's going to make one. It's been nearly 20 years since he made a great movie. And hilariously, number 5 is The Fifth Wave. This movie actually does look interesting to me. Yes, I know what you guys are thinking. It's another young adult novel. We've seen it with Hunger Games, Divergent, which I just don't like at all, and just so many others like Maze Runner, which is just really silly. This actually does look pretty good, and it looks like it holds up towards the book. Now, I've read the book. It's an international bestseller, and I actually really enjoyed it. I was surprised by just how enjoyable the book actually is. Now, I know the movie's about 1 hour and 50 minutes, and I know because the book's like 500 pages, they're not going to show a lot of the stuff they have in the book. Number 6 is a movie called Hail Caesar. This movie actually looks kind of funny, and it has a lot to do with the Hollywood industry way back in the 50s. And it's directed by the Coen brothers. These guys have done a lot of movies, and I've seen a few of them. I don't like Raising Arizona. There's one thing you should know about me, guys, is that is one of my worst and least favorite movies of all time. I don't like that at all. But I like a couple of other movies, like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? That's a good movie. This movie actually looks really funny, and not only that, but it's got Jonah Hill, who actually can act. He's actually been doing a great job with Jump Street, The Wolf of Wall Street, and even Moneyball. That for me is my favorite performance by him. And then of course we have Scarlett Johansson. I mean, all said and done, it's perfect. Number 7 is a movie that is also very skeptical for me, but I like the trailer for The Brothers Grimsby. This movie actually looks really funny. It's got Sacha Baron Cohen, who is incredibly racist, but that's just for his movies. I know that he's a very, very nice guy in real life. And also it's got Penelope Cruz. I mean, yeah. Now number 8 is a big movie, but I am very skeptical about this now. And that is Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. This movie, I'm actually kind of not as excited as I should be for this movie. Because I remember seeing the Comic-Con trailer, and that trailer nearly blowing my mind. I love that trailer so much. It was fantastic. It gave you just tiny, like, little morsels of information so that it wouldn't spoil anything. The new trailer was so spoilerific, I think I know almost the entirety of the movie. Number 9 is a movie called Demolition. And the real reason why I'm interested in this movie is that it stars Jake Gyllenhaal, one of my favorite actors to working today. He's in one of my all-time favorite movies, Source Code. If you guys have not seen that, please watch it. It is worth your time. And also, he's made Prisoners and Enemy, 2 movies that are so good by Denis Villeneuve. Okay guys, now we're coming to my most anticipated movie of the year. It's really tied with the last movie I'm going to talk about. I'm pretty sure you guys may know what it is by now. It is Captain America 3 Civil War. This movie looks incredible. Oh my god, guys, I'm so excited for this movie. This movie really is exciting me. And I'm not just saying that because I'm just a huge Marvel fan, fanboy, and I just love The Winter Soldier, even though that's one of my personal favorite movies. This movie looks really good. The conflict, I feel like, is going to be really high. And I really hope that they're going to bring a lot of big plots into this movie. There's going to be a lot of things that happen in this movie. It's going to change the course of Marvel. And that is what I loved about The Winter Soldier. It changed the way we thought about the system because, spoiler alert in case you haven't seen The Winter Soldier, Hydra takes over S.H.I.E.L.D., and everything changes because we don't know who to trust. And the fact that Hydra's been in S.H.I.E.L.D. all this time, it really brings the ultimate twist and makes you think differently about any other movie that's going to come out after that. Number 11 brings movies a little bit more down to earth and makes things more realistic with the biographical drama Snowden. This really looks interesting. And I really love the fact that Joseph Gordon-Levitt is starring in it. And it's a fact-based movie about him leaking evidence. And it really seems interesting to me. I will definitely see this movie when it comes out because I know it's a type of movie that really is going to be very realistic. And the reason why I say that is I'm putting my faith in the director, Oliver Stone. This man has made Born on the 4th of July, which is an amazing movie. If you guys have not seen that, please watch that. Alright, movie number 12 is going to be Xmen Apocalypse. Now this movie I am somewhat skeptical about because I don't know if this movie is going to be very good or not. I really enjoyed the trailer. I thought it had some really good moments. Had some moments where I just didn't really understand what was going on, but I enjoyed actually really going in depth with that trailer and trying to make it more of an analysis trailer. You know, I was looking over my list and I realized there are a lot of skeptical movies that I'm talking about, and this is no exception, and that is Warcraft. Now, guys, look. A lot of people are saying, wow, this movie looks really bad, the CGI may not hold up really well, but I think for this time, I think it will. Now, the reason why I'm excited for this movie is for one reason and one reason only, and that is the director, Duncan Jones. This guy is by far the most underrated director and most unknown director probably working in Hollywood today, besides Denis Villeneuve. This guy made one of my favorite movies, which I mentioned before, Source Code. Please watch that movie. It is so worth your time. And also Moon. That's it. These are the only 2 movies he's made, and they're both excellent movies. The guy really has talent, and I'm going to put my faith in him. Now, my 14th pick is a movie where people may look at me and say, really? You want to see that? Central Intelligence. This movie is funny. It looks funny. And I honestly think that in the right hands, this could be a very good movie. Number 15 is a movie called The BFG. It's a little fantasy movie that actually looks really exciting. I mean, I watched the trailer and I thought, you know what? This may be a movie that I'm going to check out. And also, when I discovered who the director was, I instantly was like, yes, I'm gonna see this movie. It's directed by Steven Spielberg. Alright guys, number 16. This is going to be a big, big disturbing movie, and that is going to be Suicide Squad. Oh my god, guys, this movie looks insane. This movie excited me from second one of the trailer, and I am just completely in for the ride. I will definitely be there the opening night. Number 17 is a remake, and it's one of the few remakes that I'm actually excited for, and that is The Magnificent Seven. Now guys, I'm not a big fan of westerns in general. They're not really exciting to me. I've watched a few, and to me they kind of feel like the same exact movie. And The Magnificent Seven, while it was good, I don't think it was just a perfect or an excellent movie. I enjoyed it though, for the most part. But this movie actually does look like it could breathe new life into westerns. I think it has a good director, and at the same time, it's got Chris Pratt. Number 18 is going to be the mystery thriller The Girl on the Train. This movie actually looks really exciting. Even though I haven't seen the trailer, I just read the plot synopsis, and it looks and seems very exciting. We got Emily Blunt, but the biggest thing that I'm excited for in the movie is none other than Rebecca Ferguson. And if any of you guys have seen my review for Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, you guys definitely know what I think about this woman. Please be in more movies, please. And once again, I have another skeptical film for number 19, and it is going to be Inferno. This movie stars Tom Hanks, which I do think is promising. That's fantastic. He was in Bridge of Spies last year, which I thought was a great movie. Very fun, very intuitive, and directed by Steven Spielberg. But I am not so sure about this movie. These are based off of the stories by Dan Brown. Dan Brown is a fantastic author. And they made the movies The Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons, and I thought those movies were both terrible. Whenever a movie comes out that's a mystery about some person waking up from either a coma or not remembering what happened, having some type of amnesia, that excites me. A lot of scripts that I've written, because yes, I do write scripts, center around someone that has some type of memory disease or memory loss, because it always seems exciting to me. It always seems very mysterious. And we're going to have a lot of thrills, a lot of darkness encircled in them. And that is what excites me. Those movies actually really excite me. And I'm interested to see what Inferno can do. Alright, number 20 is a film called Passengers. I don't really know a lot about it. But from what I do know, it's going to be this sci-fi adventure in space, where there's this person that wakes up in a pod and realizes they're going to die because of a malfunction. So that person decides to wake up another one, and it stars, once again, Chris Pratt. You guys know, as I stated before, I will see him in any movie. This movie is a definite positive. Because it also has Jennifer Lawrence, who I think is fantastic. She is an amazing actress. Back-to-back-to-back Oscar nods. Alright, number 21, and this is my last skeptic movie. I have one more movie to go, and that is going to be for Assassin's Creed. This movie I am very, very scared over, because we've seen a lot of video game to movie adaptations, and they all really suck. Like, I really haven't seen a very good video game to movie adaptation. Alright guys, and for number 22, the film that is tied with Civil War for most anticipated of 2016 is Star Wars Rogue One, the beginning of an anthology series, which are 4 movies that are going to be taking place during separate times in between Star Wars movies. But this movie is about rebels, the Rebel Alliance, trying to steal the secret plans from the Death Star. I've been wanting to see this movie my entire life, because at the beginning of the original film, we don't know how they stole the plans. It just starts off with them just trying to escape. We don't see how it's going to be done, how this mission's going to happen. Now we're going to see that, and I can't wait. This movie really is going to excite me no matter what. Guys, it's Star Wars. If they put Star Wars next to something, I'm going to see it. And I really enjoyed The Force Awakens, and I'm excited to see what this new spin-off can bring. Now, I know a lot of spin-offs are just not as good, but this movie, actually, I really think can be great. And we have Gareth Edwards directing, who I think made the very underrated Godzilla, which I actually had a very fun time watching. Well, guys, that was my 22 films that I'm most anticipating for 2016. And this is just as of today. These are the movies that I know are going to be coming out this year, and the movies that I think I'm excited for. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I would like to hear your choices for your most anticipated movies of this year. Please put them down in the comment section below. Please comment on my videos. I appreciate every one of you guys when you do. And I just love replying to them because it's fun to have a conversation with you guys. It's really fun. But now I need to get into 2016, and I will be talking about The Revenant hopefully next weekend. I'll be filling you guys in with some 2015 reviews. I have an older review for Kingsman the Secret Service that I haven't posted out for whatever reason. I'll post that out hopefully maybe tomorrow, maybe sometime next week. And then I'll be talking about Ant-Man, possibly another 2015 movie, up until The Revenant. Guys, thank you so much for watching as always, and stay tuned.